Hello and welcome to Ninqueso Almost Live. This is episode number 61. I'm a very late night El Gran Queso, and I'm joined by my co-host who is also in a late night, Miss Bree.
Live from London, Miss Bree
not only that,
slides in at just, what is it, 28 minutes?
It's 11:32. It's 11:32 p.m.
Yes,
on the
it is,
5th
but
of
I quite like
June.
it because both of us are fairly nocturnal these days, aren't we?
Yeah, but we normally record this like in the afternoon, you know. Now my neighbours are probably thinking, why the hell is this guy shouting at the top of his voice, hello, it's Ninqueso Almost Live?
That's right, neighbours. I mean, yesterday, we actually were quite busy yesterday because we helped out with a charity bake sale, didn't we?
Well, I didn't. I just sat in the car
and
just held a tray.
The bowl.
I held a tray and had to resist the urge to eat them all.
And you licked out the bowl with the icing when I iced the cupcakes.
Well, yeah, you got to lick the bowl. Jeez, who doesn't lick the bowl after they do cake dust stuff?
Yeah, so I made some scones or scones, if you're quite posh. And I did strawberry scones, and I did lemon and blueberry scones, and I also did cupcakes with some frosting on, and yeah, they were very good. So from what I hear, £220 was raised at the bake sale, which we took part in, and there are a couple of different autism charities which will be benefiting from that. So this is Spencer's Hair Salon in Peterborough, if anybody goes there, Spencer and Lisa. So yeah, that's great. There's two other hair salons which take part, and we're hoping to make best part of £1,000. So that's what yesterday was taking up. By the time I'd finished socialising with all the neurotypicals, I crashed spectacularly into burnout phase and went into a full shutdown when I got home. So there was no podcast yesterday.
No,
I am back in London doing it 26 minutes before midnight.
Yes, it's quite late. It's a late one.
But thank you to all those who bought cake.
On the off chance that you're listening to this, which is remote. Very, very remote, but well done if you did.
Yeah.
Let me know what cake you bought in the comments.
Yeah. What have you been up to apart from that? Because we both slept till about lunchtime today, I believe. I
always sleep till about lunchtime, but then I don't go to bed till like about 5, 6 in the morning these days again. I've gone back to my normal pattern. Seeing as I've just been left to my own devices again, this is just what happens. I'm just awake at night, asleep in the day. So I've been playing a few games. We started Tunic. We started Tunic on the stream, which is alright. It's tricky. It's like a cross between Dark Souls and a top-down Zelda game with a cute little fox.
I slipped into your chill stream and watched you doing a bit of Animal Crossing.
Sorry?
You were setting up daycare.
Yes, one of the holiday homes, they wanted a daycare home, so I was doing that. So yeah, but I'm sure I started something else that was like quite exciting that I wanted to talk about. Yes, I played some of the Mario Strikers game because they've got like it's too late now. The test period's over. It was only this weekend, but I played on the first test that they had, which was like at 4 a.m. So yeah, I played that. Had a few games, lost some games, won some games. Mostly it was all right, the online test. There was one game where it was like, I didn't know who I was. I was like, which one of these am I? I thought I was Mario, but Mario doesn't seem to be running. And it took me literally about a minute before I realised that the input delay was so bad that that's why I didn't realise I was that character. At one point, I just spun the controller and nothing was happening. So I let go. Then all of a sudden, Mario started running around in circles. It was like, ooh.
Oh.
Yeah, it's the network test, isn't it? Ahead of it coming out next week. But all the other games worked perfectly. I wouldn't have even known. And the funny thing was, literally the game before that, I was saying, this is working really well. I wouldn't even be able to tell I was playing online.
Wow.
And then the next game is about a 2-second delay on my control. But that was the only one I had. Yeah, but apart from that, just the normal kind of stuff, really.
I have been enjoying the new update for Animal Crossing New Horizons, which landed this month in June. So we've got all sorts in the Northern Hemisphere.
That's just like the normal monthly update, isn't it?
And, so it's also wedding season, so there's some new items to be got at the Nook Stop. So there's a lot of good stuff going on, to be honest. Although I've got bitten by a mosquito
Oh dear, you didn't catch it in
already.
time then. It's because you play handheld. It's hard to see them. They're so small.
Yeah. So yeah, it's good. I'm enjoying the update with the new items and so on. I've done quite a bit of terraforming now, so I'm almost ready to invite people onto my island.
Ooh,
There's
you
got
didn't
some
want to see
serious-
them when it was all scruffy. You need to like make it all look nice first.
Yeah, that's it. At the moment, it looks like a car crash. Anyway, shall we get on with some quick news?
Yes, the type of news we don't really want to talk about, but we feel we should mention.
That's the kind.
Okay, this first one's totally out of date now. There was a Mario Strikers demo this weekend. It's gone.
Oh, okay.
Time of recording, you still would have had a day to do it, but no, not anymore. Irrelevant.
Not anymore, because we're about to turn midnight in 20 minutes time.
Yeah, Nintendo has confirmed it will not attend Gamescom this year, which I believe is the first live in-person Gamescom since 2019. Mario Strikers Battle League will be supported with free post-launch updates. No surprise in there, because Nintendo does that with all of their sports titles. They release it and then just keep releasing bits over and over. Konami is killing off Super Bomberman R. The online services will be shut down on the 1st of December 2022. So if you enjoy that game, play it now, because after that, you'll never be able to play it ever again. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 teases that a full reveal will be on the 8th of June.
That's this week.
Yes, and Devolver Digital has teased its upcoming game showcase, and that will be in June 9th at 3 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. British summertime. Devolver Digitals do some weird ones. Their last one was very strange, their presentation. It was like a weird story thing with time traveling and mind control. It was odd. The PS5 has now sold over 20 million units.
I'm stunned.
And Pokemon Scarlet and Violet gets a release date of the 18th of November. And more importantly, they have shown Lechonk. A picture of Lechonk has just appeared, hopefully.
Yeah.
And that was the quick news.
That was the end of the quick news, and we are heading into the main news. Now, the first story here is our biggest story of the night, really, because there's quite a lot here.
Yes.
This was a Sony State of Play live stream for June 2022.
Yep, which I did do a live reaction for.
Big one.
Live reaction is up if you want to have a check. It's sort of up over there, the card, look.
Yeah. Head on over and find, where is it there somewhere?
Yeah. They revealed quite a bit. It wasn't too bad, actually, as they go. Wasn't that much there that I wanted. There's still nothing that makes me go, right, I have to get a PlayStation now.
I mean, they announced quite a lot. They've got the Spider-Man in there. There was a new Resident Evil. Which
Resident Evil 4 Remake has been announced, which we all knew was coming. But they've actually sort of shown that now as well, which will be out for the PS5 in March 2023. I believe it's coming to the Xbox and that as well. They finished off.
Fantasy 16 is coming to the PS5 in summer 2023.
That was already known. This was the first trailer that we've had for it. That's how they finished the show. Then we got some Street Fighter 6 was again the first time we've seen anything from Street Fighter 6. I'm not really into Street Fighter games or anything.
No. There was quite a lot of VR stuff on here.
Yeah, it started off with the first about 10 minutes all being VR things, which I do like the VR stuff, but there was nothing here that made me go, oh, that's amazing. The Horizon Call of the Mountain looked good. It looked all right. But again, I think it's more of an experience than a proper game. I don't think it'll be particularly long, but it does look very, very nice. And
I like the look of Intergalactic Adventure No Man's Sky.
Yeah, they revealed that that's getting a PS5, PlayStation VR 2 update for it and support, because you can already play it on the original PSVR. And if you can play it,
the VR looks amazing.
It is a good game for VR. The thing that I've never really put too much time in it, because the original Sony VR is rubbish, let's face it. I keep wanting to get it on Steam. Horror games, I don't do them, and I don't do them at the best of times, and doing them in a VR helmet, no. It's not happening. It's not happening.
So, is there anything that you did have your eye on? Because I saw one of them and I thought
you
that
mean
would
you
be
mean
the one
Stray,
Brady's
don't
would
you?
pick.
You mean Stray, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, Stray looks good. It's like it's like an adventure-y cat game in like this dark dystopian future where these weird robots and things are, and you're this cat and trot about solving puzzles. And that's coming out the 19th of July on PlayStation and also on PC as well. So I'll probably try and pick that up, but I don't know. He's not.
So guess which other one I liked the look of?
What was the other one you liked? Was that the rollerblading gun shooting one?
Rollerdrome shooter on roller skates. For those who don't know, I am actually a roller skater. I started really a very, very long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, and I had a 30-year break, and I've just took it up again recently, which I'm really, really enjoying. And I actually like the way this is rendered, the style of this game. And I thought, quite fancy that.
It's very similar. I thought it was like something to do with a game called Sable, because it's almost identical in the art style. And it was just like, Is this Sable? Surely it's got to be made by someone from Sable, but yeah, it's a rollerblading, gun-wielding death derby thing.
Well, it just seems like all the kind of things that I would enjoy, really.
I'm not sure if that one's for me. I was a bit like, oh. Ooh.
What's your top pick then?
Well, Stray, of course, the cat game.
Stray.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this went down very well, actually. A lot of people I checked kind of the message boards. A lot of people seem to think there was a lot of good stuff here. And truthfully, there was. You know, the VR stuff is the way things are headed, I think. And the Final Fantasy, obviously, that announcement is always going to go down well. Resident Evil was in there. So, yeah, I think on the whole, people were quite excited. It was one of the best state of play for a while, I think.
Yeah, I think it's all right. There wasn't that much there. I mean, I did start playing Tunic because that was announced that's coming to PlayStation soon. I was like, oh yeah, Tunic, I still need to play that. So, 100% leg end. But yeah, it was interesting. So it's just a lot. The thing that I thought for me that was a bit like, oh really, was most of the games seem to be dated 2023, and it's like there's still 6 months of this year left. And there's what you got coming out, Sony.
Yeah,
God of War.
That. A lot of it is.
And it's just like I just want some more stuff for this year. You know, stop making me wait. We just seem to be waiting all the time for everything in this generation. We've waited for the consoles for ages to get them. You know, now we're just waiting for games. It's just
you are
one
of the least patient persons I've ever met. So,
yeah, it's just I don't know. I personally would prefer it. Finding out about games a couple of months ahead of them coming out rather than years ahead. Like, here's a nice CGI trailer of a game.
4 or 5 years ahead of when it's actually coming out, aren't they? So
a lot of them are. Anyway, shall we move on? Moving on.
Sega.
Yes, Sega has announced they are making a Mega Drive Mini 2.
So they're going to have 50 Genesis and Mega CD games.
Yes. So there was all this. So there was all this rumor going around that Sega are going to be announcing they're working on another console, and like obviously people started to get their hopes up that it might be the Dreamcast, and it's like they're doing the sequel. Like they've already released a Mega Drive Classic, and now they're doing a Mega Drive 2 Classic. So obviously this one's modelled on the redesign of the Mega Drive, so it's a slightly different look. And the one big thing that does separate this from the original one is this will have Mega CD games on it as well, which the other one didn't. They haven't announced all the games yet, but they have announced a few. So on here, we are going to have Bonanza Brothers, Fantasy Zone, Magical Turutu-kun. Sorry, I probably said that very bad. Mansion of Hidden Souls, Popful Mail, Shining Force CD, Shining in the Darkness, Slipheed, Sonic CD, Thunder Force 4, and Virtual Racing has been announced for it so far. And it's also coming with a 6-button controller, because the other one only came with the 3-button ones. But at the moment, it has only been announced that it's coming out in Japan. Hasn't been announced for anywhere else yet.
People seem to be quite excited for it. I mean,
I think Yeah, the first one went down well. I don't have the Mega Drive one because I never really got into the Mega Drive when I was younger. I did have one, but it didn't have the same like appeal to me as what the Nintendo consoles did. So I've got both the classic Nintendo consoles, but I was never really that.
Didn't get a Sega Mega Drive.
Yeah, I just didn't have that kind of urge to want the Mini. And the same with this. There's nothing really here that makes me go, I will definitely need one of these.
No, but it's another good option, I think.
Is it though?
I think more that there is there in the space, the more.
What I think,
are going to start bringing out games, and
they're not going to bring out. No. This is like a single board computer. It's not like you can't plug games into it. It's a little miniature thing with ROMs on it. You can't add to it or.
Yeah. The more investment that goes into this space, the more it brings back, and it spreads out with the ripple.
Me, what I think they should do is make a limited run of these ones, but then all the games that are on there, release that as a software package as well.
Yeah.
That would make more sense. So like you got the people that really want the collection. Oh yeah, I want to display this. Make that more of a niche thing. And then just release the package of a Sega of the games as ROMs on everything. Surely that would open up the market a lot more. Okay, you can charge a lot more for this hunk of plastic with a single set board computer in there, which, let's face it, a Raspberry Pi is like what? Raspberry Pi is only like £5-10 for Raspberry Pi 0W. So they're obviously not putting much money into making this, and they're going to charge a lot. I'm getting very cynical. It's because it's late.
You get very cynical in the
I get the later on it gets, the more bitter and twisted I get. But no, I think they should release like the software as well, because I know like some of the people have been saying a couple of the games that are on here, especially the CD ones, to buy them physically, the price of them now is astronomical. Like they were $1,000 or something just for the disc.
That's a lot.
So things like that would be nice, but just put them onto things where we can actually like put them on the Switch, put them on the Xbox, put them on things where. Once we bought them, we've got them, and they just roll over to our next system on our next system. But anyway, we don't even know if it's coming out in the West yet. It's only in Japan.
Such a collector, bestie.
It's only in
such
Japan.
A collector.
It's only in Japan. Any more thoughts on that?
No, I always think the more choices, the better. And with that in mind, let's talk about Evercade.
Yes, Evercade have unveiled a new console. Do you know? Yes. Do you know about the Evercade?
Have heard of it. I've never seen one in real life. Like
you can get them in
the wild.
Oh, you can get them in Argos and things like an Amazon and stuff. They don't seem to like in game shops. I've never seen one. But yeah, so basically it's kind of like for retro gaming, and they have games on actual cartridges, and they tend to be like collections of games. So it would be like one manufacturer's got 4 or 5 games on each cartridge. And they're actually releasing a portable version as well now, which I thought they'd already done. I'm sure I heard about this a while ago, but I could have been dreaming. But yeah, they've got a portable one, so you don't have to play it on your TV anymore.
And also, this has got this upgrade has got Wi-Fi.
Yep. Oh, is this like an upgraded handheld one? Because I'm sure they did a handheld one before.
No, and the previous model is actually going to be obsolete. So that's going to get one more firmware upgrade, and then that'll be it.
I mean, it looks nice. It does look like a nice. I don't like. For me personally, I don't like that rolling D-pad, because that was like the Mega Drive D-pad, and I didn't like that at all. So that would put me off getting one of these totally. I do like that on the D-pad side, you've got the A and B button on that side in a vertical line, so that, because it's like for retro games, you've got the shoot 'em ups, you can actually turn it. So instead of holding it like this, you'll hold it that way, and then you can play it in
how comfortable is that going to be, though, to hold?
It's not a lot of gap there, is it? But it's nice that it's an option, because let's face it, this is a cheap option. I can see like parents getting this for kids, and a kid that likes gaming would have no problem holding that way to play a shoot 'em up for hours on end at all.
It's not the grown-ups.
Someone with big man hands might struggle a bit.
Big man pause, Basti. Big man pause.
But I do like the option of it.
Yeah, so this upgrade is actually pretty good. So there's an improved screen. 800 by 480 pixel, 4.3 inch IPS screen, protected by tempered glass, built-in Wi-Fi, USB-C for charging, and as you say, it's got the tape mode where you can hold it in portrait.
Yeah.
So these two additional fire buttons make that possible.
Yeah, if you like your retro gaming, it's a very nice way in a modern world to be able to get the retro games that you want without having to resort to illegal means.
Which with Wi-Fi, I'm not sure, but
yeah, someone will hack it, won't they?
Yeah, probably. So this is £129.99, $149.99 US.
Yeah,
and that's the same.
And the cartridges is normally around about £20, aren't they? They're about $18.99, I think. Off the top of my head, guess. I think they're around 20.
Yeah. So there's going to be some bonus content come with it as well, apparently.
Ew. Right. Shall we move on?
Yeah, let's move on.
Okay.
Pokémon Company results have been leaked. So this is basically somebody's leaked a government filing.
Yeah.
Because they don't tend to release these because private business disclosure requirements are different in Japan. But this is a government filing. So it's come out that sales were $1.6 billion US, which was up 70%, 70.4% from last year. So, yes, Pokemon Company are doing quite well. Actually, interestingly, net profit, that's $320 million US, which is 123% up from last year. So the sales figures that go with that are very, very interesting.
Sponsor us, I like Pokemon. Sponsor us, Pokemon Company. They're not going to sponsor us.
Pokemon Snap, 2.4 million.
Yep.
Pokemon Arceus Legends, 12.64 million.
Which is, considering that came out January, you know.
Pretty impressive.
That came out January.
Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, 14.65 million units.
That only came out November. That came out November.
It's just astounding.
Isn't it?
The figures are astounding.
I know. The new ones are going to send the world crazy, aren't they?
Yeah, I don't think their figures are going to be as good next year because they don't have as much stacked. But
you don't know though, because you got obviously you've got the big ones coming out this year, the new gen. So there are obviously going to be some remakes and other stuff for next year. And obviously because of the new gen coming out, you got all the new merch for all the new Pokemon that are going to suddenly explode onto the market as well. So I don't think it's going to be significantly different because it's riding high at the moment with the Switch Pokemon.
Yeah.
But like I say, it just depends what they're doing.
That's a whole load of money, and surely they're going to reinvest it back into making something really AAA. Yeah?
But, okay, I've heard this a lot. People sort of complain that Pokemon games don't look as good as all the big AAA with the amount of money they make. The big difference, I think, like a lot of people will say, is the fact that the Pokemon Company is not one company. It's an amalgamation of like Nintendo, Game Freak, Creature, isn't it? It's those three. Are they the only ones? I think it's just those three. And you've not only got the games, you've got the movies, you've got the series, the anime, you've got the trading cards, and every single one of these pillars have to gel to be ready at exactly the same point. It's not that the Pokemon Game Freak can suddenly go, do you know what, we're going to take an extra year to make this game look amazing. That's just not an option. So that is why I think people are like, they might not have what people would say the polish of a AAA game, because they don't have, it's a different ball game because of the sheer amount of sort of the whole umbrella of the Pokemon Company. There's so much going on under there that everything's got to be right at the same time. They don't have the option to let it take longer. That's my
fair point. Point. Anyway, moving on, let's talk about Fable, because Fable is a very, very popular game.
I've never played it.
And we had Fable 1, 2 and 3.
I thought about playing it last night. I was going to play. I was this close to playing Fable on the Xbox Cloud on my phone, But then sorry, but now I'm going off on a tangent. But then I discovered the Steam Link app, and so I ended up playing Fall Guys on my phone in bed with a PS4 controller, while my PC ran the game.
Very nice.
Why did I not know about Steam Link before? God.
So Manhunk is not a big gamer, but he's played Fable when it came on Xbox.
Thought he played nothing but Call of Duty.
So yeah. So there's a rumour. So things were going well. There'd been a new Fable game announced.
Yes, that was announced like last year.
Back.
Last year or the year before?
We were just waiting for that to come out, and then all of a sudden we get a rumour hit social media, and things come to a bit of a grinding halt.
Yep.
So basically this rumour was about scoping, which basically means that the scope of the game has been maybe downsized a little bit. It was basically to do with the normal process that, you know, all games go through. And that's what... so there's the game's senior producer, Amy Loke, who went onto Twitter and to reassure fans, to talk about, you know, what actually goes on during scoping. And she said, I wanted to clear something up about scoping. It's a normal, necessary and healthy part of game development. I can guarantee every single AAA game you've ever played will have gone through scoping regularly during development. Its intention is to make sure the team are focused under one clear vision and can get it made in the time they have without killing themselves. Games that haven't been scoped correctly often have delays and crunch. Both we should be aiming to avoid wherever possible. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, they announced this fairly early on.
Yeah. The announcement was just literally a CGI trailer that had nothing even pretending to be game-like in it.
Sometimes I think they do this to try and, you know, get people on board. It's almost like an advertisement for jobs.
I do know, like, especially some of the games, like there's a Star Wars game that's announced that, like, about 3-4 years off into, like, 4 or 5 years off into the future. That was more like, that's because then all of a sudden an advert went up for hiring. So I do understand how that's can kind of like entice people to go there, because I know good game development, I think that's one of the, it's hard to actually employ people in that segment now, because of the amount of things going on. To get a good programmer in that is not easy. Yeah,
and I mean, there's a staffing shortage across the globe.
Yeah, really. So I get why they'd be like, look, we're working on this game, because if it's a big enough game, then it might draw people into going, oh, I'd like to work on that.
So yeah, I think you can say this is probably means it'll be slightly delayed. That's my reading of it, but isn't everything.
The thing is, though, how can it be delayed if we've never been told when it's coming out?
Well, I just think everything's been delayed due to the pandemic, and this won't be any different.
Yeah, it'll be ready when it's ready. I mean, this goes back to what I was saying earlier about how personally I'd prefer games to be announced closer to when they're coming out rather than years in advance. Because here's my take on that is, by the time it comes out, I'm bored. Yeah.
And I'm not excited for it anymore. And that's part of my psyche. I'm not sure really that anybody, I don't know. I think this might be sort of my particular brain. The way it works is, by the time I get there, sort of like way down the line, I'm always like, no, I'm not going to buy it now. You've made me wait too long. I'm not having it. I'm not doing it. So,
just rebellious by nature.
Just green shirty.
Yeah, just rebellious, just stubborn and awkward. But so Fable will be out when it's ready. Don't worry if things will get cut out, because things do get cut out of things, and they might add stuff in as well. Who knows? But it'll be out when it's ready. Stop panicking. It'll be fine.
Yeah, and people keep gossiping on social media and panicking, and rumours are flying, and there we go. We make a whole podcast out of that. So
yeah, exactly. What would we talk about? We'd have to talk about
exactly. So let's have a look at some Kirby, shall we?
Some Kirby, yes, because it is the 30th anniversary of Kirby.
Yeah.
And this is a weird one, because you like change his face over, can't you?
Yeah, this is £32 and it will release in January 2023. It's available for pre-order from the 14th of July. And swap its face. It's a bit
awesome.
weird, that. The whole face swapping thing. I'm not sure.
It says it's a nano... what is it? A Nendoroid. Nendoroid. Includes face Kirby... Retro Kirby face. Available for pre-order.
Interchangeable faces.
Yeah, I just don't understand. Is it... I don't understand exactly what it is. It's on a little like thing at the back. So is it like loads of different ones? Or what? I don't understand. I'm confused. I'm confused by its very existence. So is it just like you can just position it differently and then you can change what face it's wearing?
Yeah.
What? I just can't see a seam how the face would come off, that's all.
Very strange sort of thing, isn't it?
If you want to send me ones, I can have a look. I'd be very appreciative.
Yeah.
There's no info on release date yet, so that's the problem.
It looks like a little stress ball, doesn't it?
It just looks like... It almost looks like an amiibo, really. Obviously, there'll be pictures up there. But it's just like in different positions and its arms... And its arms are in different places. It's like on that one at the top, its arms on top of its head, and then they're down here. And it's just like, so do the arms move as well? But there doesn't appear to be anywhere to pop them in. Or is it different ones? I'm so confused.
Yeah, I don't know. I think we need a video just to explain to us how this is going to work.
I know, right? I know. Oh, well.
Oh, well.
But that was the news for this week.
That's the news for this week. Have we got any questions? I've got an answer to a question.
You got to go for your answer while I'm searching the Discord, because I'm pretty sure Eva gave us a question as well. Go.
So, my Islanders, they are Ken, Octavian, Gloria, Winnie, Alfonso, Vesta, Cobb, and Faith.
Oh, there we go. And there was another question as well.
Faith.
When are you dyeing your hair turquoise?
When am I? Well, it's more of a winter thing, so I'm thinking September. I need to do a strand test because I did message my hairdresser to say, would my hair go turquoise? And she said, yeah, I'm pretty sure it would, but we would have to do a strand test just to see.
Check. Cool.
Yeah, so that's it. But I want to take votes on whether people think it should be like teal or turquoise.
Teal, because it sounds like seal.
It's not.
And then
really
I can look at you and go,
teal,
ow.
Not really. Anyway, so that's the question back to our listeners: teal or turquoise?
Which only took. I love the way you like how long it took you to learn your villagers. We do have another question as well from Eva Hoppy.
What's the question?
What game are you most looking forward to that's coming out either this year or next year? Stray. It's the most anticipated game of the next 2 years, comes out in a couple of weeks.
Starfield. I think I've said this before, though. Starfield, I am really excited for. I would really like to get a VR headset because there's quite a few that I would like the look of on there.
You need to try one first to make sure it's not one of these things that's going to make you go bleh.
No, I don't, because I don't get sick from stuff anyway. You know me, I'm not afraid of heights and what?
Do you remember what I said first time I don't get sick. I go on roller coasters all the time, and I do like rolls. I do a rolling drill in wrestling where you hop into the ring, roll to the center, spin, roll back, roll, spin. I'm fine with all that. VR is 100% different animal. 100%.
And you were like vomiting after the
I've never vomited. I'll admit the Oculus is better than the PlayStation VR because I think that was new tech. I think it's worse. The Oculus is better. I played a racing game on it and did like 3 or 4 laps and I was fine. But there are still some games that sort of do it. But yeah, I would recommend testing first. Otherwise, you'll be like me. I've got this £400 thing and it just makes me ill. For me, I believe I'm going to say the sequel to Breath of the Wild. That's what I'm looking forward to. But you've never played Breath of the Wild, so you don't know. That is something you need for your Switch.
I'm very sort of like typically neurodivergent in the fact that I have to play through the game that I'm playing.
But there is no end to Animal Crossing. There is no end to Animal Crossing. You're stuck there now forever. That's it. 100% there is no end.
I can play two simultaneously if they're on different consoles. So I've got my Switch, which I'm playing Animal Crossing. Well, your Switch.
Yeah.
That's going on my Christmas list for next year, my own Switch. And then obviously I've got my Xbox, which I'm currently playing through Skyrim. And my intention is to finish that in time for Starfield.
You should have a while. You got a while to do it. But
I could get a third console and then I'd have a third option. But yeah, I'm typically neurodivergent in that is that I have this need for order in my life and I have to play through it and I can't start the next one until
You need a Switch Lite then, because then you can play one in handheld.
Yes, that's a good point.
Different switches.
Very good point.
It's a bit extreme that having to buy a whole other system just so you can play another game. Anyway, but if you do have any questions for us, you can either leave them down in the comments if you're watching this on YouTube, or you can get us on their Twitter. You can use a hashtag Ninqueso Live, or you can just message us or something. Yeah, messages.
Messages.
Yeah, messages.
Where can they find you on Twitch? Give them your handle because you are streaming.
Twitch.tv/Ninqueso. You can also find me on the YouTubes and the Twitters and the Facebooks with Ninqueso. And also, there is now a Ninqueso controls Full House Wrestling channel where I make videos of wrestlers from Full House Wrestling that I used to run as a promotion. We used to run together, and I've made them into a digital format, and I do commentary on it, and I'm running my own promotion, so you can search for that as well.
One day will come back. One day will come back.
Yes, but until then, this is what Full House is.
It's great. I'm in there, aren't I? I'm fighting the party poodle.
No, that was just something I was working on. Shh, don't let people know about the people that are coming to the show. You're ruining the surprises. Where can people find you?
Well, you can find me on Twitter. Here's my little handle down here. Look.
And here's my spout. Tip me up and pour me out. MISSBRA. You're going the wrong way, but still.
Yeah. Gamer Girl _Miss Brie. GMRGRL_MISSBRIE. So find me on Twitter. I talk about all things neurodivergent and gaming, and I pretty much chat to anybody, to be honest. So come say hi, ask me a question. Are you ready, Beth?
Yeah, let's do it.
Have you got something?
Well, it can't be worse than last week, can it?
No, that's very, very true. Let me count you in. 3, 2, 1.
Will Ninqueso and Miss Brie ever have a punctual time to start a podcast, or will it always be at some random time of the night? Find out the questions to these answers. Same cheesy time, same cheesy channel.
Actual stories may vary. Well, we're in past midnight into Monday, so we better call it quits for today. That's it, bestie. Say good night.
Good night, bestie.